Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the American Studies e-learning adventure. We're not going to have videos every day, but today's kind of a big day because today is the officially like our start of English and history kind of separate. The other days were interdisciplinary. So for the English side of American Studies today, the first task, and this is kind of the same layout for the rest of this week and next week, is we're going to work on our reading and writing. For the writing aspect, we'll start there. Is you're going to be updating a journal. So you got to open up the journal. You can change the title. Right now it's Coronavirus Strong, a journaling time capsule. And the basic premise as you read through the instructions is these really are unprecedented times. This has never happened in the history of the United States. It's definitely not happened in my generation, your generation, probably your parents' generation. But this idea of a statewide, national, somewhat level of a quarantine, in order to come together to try to overcome this virus that's going through the United States. Some of our rights and our privileges are being restricted by the federal government and by the state government. And so it's a unique time, a time that 50 years from now, your children and your grandchildren are going to want to hear about. What was it like to have to stay inside and look at the streets and see like just all the cars not being there? Or seeing pictures from the St. Patty's Parade in Chicago where it's just desolate and there's no one outside. Just trying to talk about that and how you overcame it, but sharing your experiences. Because as we know, facts and stats are important, but as we've seen throughout the semester, those narratives and those stories people have to tell are just as important. So that's what we're giving you the opportunity to do today and the next week, is to keep a journal and just monitor and document what it was like during this national quarantine. So there's every day there'll be a journal entry. We have just this week, Thursday and Friday updated. Starting next week is I'll post just a slide, copy paste the slide, and then you'll have a chance. And although I do have prompts here, you are more than welcome to make a new slide. And if you have something on your chest that you just really want to get off or talk about, go for it. So if you want to talk about just a feeling that you're having or just emotional or experience that you had, is you can just write it in here. And then just go ahead and share your journal. No one else will read it. I'll read it. You'll have it to read. And then if you ever wanted to, is you could print it and then even like share with, again, like decades later, share with others. Or also libraries sometimes will take on other people's diaries and keep it as a documented time capsule. So our first entry is you are going to first copy and paste a picture of Two Below to illustrate your life at home. So just 2 things that you've been doing. Or that kind of keeping yourself busy, or things that kind of match what life has been like for you. And then on the right-hand side is you are going to read and watch one of the following links dealing with a variety of things, whether it's messages from Italy and what it was like for them 10 days after their quarantine, or there's one about anxiety, and then what's the right balance for teens. So a variety of different articles you can read. So choose one. And then below it is just share with how your daily life has been impacted by the mandatory school closing and then the e-learning. So what changes have you seen? And then again, if you run out of room, just new slide, and then you could have a new picture there. So for me, I know one of the pictures I would have shared was this one, because this is what it's like for me working from home. I don't know what the rainbow is, but every time I try to do anything, it seems like my kids just jump in the frame. So like that'd be one picture that I would share here. All right, so once you finish that journal entry, it's your time to read. So I'm going to ask that you try to keep on reading, because that's another thing, is reading serves as a great way to it's a level of escapism. George R.R. Martin has some kind of quote where he talks about the idea of a man who's never read has only lived one life, but a man who's read many books has lived thousands of lives. And so that's kind of what I want to give you the opportunity to do, is try to escape what's currently going on. Read and then live a variety of different lives, especially since we're socially distancing. This is one way not to socially disconnect completely. But try to read for 20 minutes every day, and then you'll log in what you read going through here. So how long did you read? How many pages? And then just share an emoji response of what was your reaction to that day's reading. And then I have a link to a whole bunch of different emojis that you can try to have fun with. So like for me on Mindhunter, I gave the sick emoji. You don't have to leave comments. You can. Just to help you kind of see it. But it was because at that time, the book's about the FBI's creation of profiling of serial killers. And this section got a little grisly at times, and I regretted using the visualization strategy because it was kind of gross. So I made the sick face. You can read through the directions, but there's also a few links. One is if you don't have any books at home, we have a digital library where you can reserve or put books on hold. There's the Gutenberg Library, which has hundreds of classic books that you could try to reference. And then there's also Harvey's Tales is a store in Geneva that you can order from, and they will do curbside delivery. So that's kind of cool. But try to find a book, then read for 20 minutes every day. All right. The other thing that I think everyone was waiting for is our survey results were in. So the final results were over 50% of people voted for the mutton chop. So all today for the first day of spring, I will be sporting the mutton chop. It's pretty classy. I think I look sophisticated, somewhat British. Elvis Presley is? I don't know. It almost doesn't look real. But yeah, I get like through just for today. First day of spring. All right, folks. Sorry if that freaked you out, but it looks a little weird. All right. Happy writing, happy reading. And then, yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing.